Countdown to Face Off is presented by Castor. We are live from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center. The Saskatchewan Rush taking on the Halifax Thunderbirds on a Saturday evening here in Toontown. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Sabina Maud with you this evening, featuring one of the best rivalries that's been building over the last few seasons.
Certainly. As soon as Halifax moved to Halifax, they've kind of become a natural rival of the Rush. Some classic games, some one-sided games, some chippy games. Looking forward to what we have in store tonight.
Yeah, it's always an offensive show when you got a guy like Clark Peterson wearing white tonight.
Oh, certainly. Clark Peterson, he's the stir that stirs the Halifax offense's drink. Last year, 40 goals, 64 assists. That's 104 points. Led the team, a dynamic Halifax offense, but it all runs through CP24.
And it's the former Thunderbird for Saskatchewan, Austin Shanks, who overtime winner against Albany.
If you had a wish list of what the Rush needed this offseason, Cody, righty elite forward would have been top of that list. They bring in Austin Shanks, 23 goals, 62 assists, 85 points, and as you mentioned, already paying dividends with a big OT winner in week 1.
Well, Saskatchewan's going to need that because last year, the season series, not exactly balanced.
No, not at all. One game was a little closer with Halifax prevailing 17-12 right here in Saskatoon. The next one, not so great, 19-6. Not so great if you're a Rush fan. Great if you're a Halifax Thunderbirds fan.
Starting between the pipes for the Halifax Thunderbirds this evening will be Warren Hill, the pride of Six Nations Ontario, 0-1 on the season. Goals against average, 10.85, save percentage of 77% last year. This year it's a 691. 200 feet down the floor from him, it's Frank Chiliano, 1-0 to start the season. Last season he had a 77 save percentage and an 11.35 goals against average, 840 in the season opener against Albany. Ref is ready. Ball is down and we are underway on Co-op Field. Jake Naso, Jake Withers at the dot. Battling this one out, Graham Hossack has it down. He scoops it into Warren Hill's stick. The ref won't call that back in, and Halifax gets first possession as their offense heads up the floor. Led by Clark Peterson, 9 points in their season opener, 104 points last year. Outside shot goes early for Mike Robinson. He pulls one short side on Chiliano when Halifax goes up 1-0.
The Peterborough product opens the scoring here at SaskTel Center, going low on Frank Chiliano, where in his career, if you're going to go someplace on Frank the Tank, it's probably going to be down low. Robinson knows that, and he's got the first one here. Just good step back shot using the Rush defender as a screen. Chiliano couldn't really get all of it, couldn't get a real good look at it, get square, and Robinson's got his second of the year, Cody.
Second goal, 4th point, and that's all he did at Delaware. Set a program record with 185 D1 goals. Jake Withers snaps up the faceoff. It's his first game back from a suspension where he missed game number 1. Dawson Theed has the rock now, 4 goals, 2 assists in their season opener against Calgary. He'll get it back, and he's defended by Naso here. Shot clock is yet to start for some reason in-house. Robinson threw a little bit of a slash, and now the shot clock gets rolling, and it's Matt Accioni, teammates with Mike Robinson there at Delaware as he hands it off to the captain, Ryan Keenan, his second year of being captain of the club, 90 points last season. He'll get some help on the floor. Mike Triolo sends it down for Robert Church. Church on the roll, room to shoot. Bouncer goes off the shoulder of Hill and out of play. Scratches this evening, no Clark Walter, no Bobby Kidd III for Saskatchewan, no Carter McKenzie, no Cole Kirst for the Halifax Thunderbirds. Shot clock gets reset. Rush will have possession as Church swings it down for Shanks. Shanks, now the former Thunderbird, finds Keenan. Those two teammates with Whitby won a Minto Cup back in 2013. Shanks now dishes one. Triolo hits Keenan. He's got some space. The captain inside gets bowled into the net. Dangerously thrown into the crossbar there. Hill denied him, but we'll see. Keenan a little slow to get up here. We'll see if this is a 2 or a 5. You never want to see someone get flung into the iron pipes like that.
No, certainly, and you got to think, too, of the health of Warren Hill as well. as Keenan comes in. Great opportunity, better save by Hill, and Hosick just puts him directly into his own goaltender. Hosick, one of the best in the league, and Keenan going, what the heck, as you see him sitting in the bin of sin, but it looks like everybody's okay. Keenan's up, Hill's up, and more importantly, Hill, after a bit of a rough game in the season opener, coming up the big save on the rush captain there.
Well, they've just put a minor on the board there. Again, that's one that's probably on the fine line of major to minor.
Certainly, it's one of those that the referees are going to take a second look at after this game, evaluate. There's no disagreeing that's probably the right call, but it's one that you're looking at. Those razor's edge calls always make you better.
Rush going to the power play, righty strong look. Brock Haley's up top. Week 1 Rookie of the Week. Has Church on his left. Shanks is going to play the crease with Mans. Up top, Haley winds, fires. That one got soaked by a defender and picked off cleanly. Smith is going to run this one, almost threw it back for Withers. Kept that one from going over the half line. Now it's on the ground. Barnable picks it up. He's got Boudreau with him. Barnable to Boudreau. Boudreau now takes the shot, denied by Hill. And this is going to bounce back in front of the Halifax bench, where we'll get scooped up by Austin Shanks on the Co-op Field logo. And the power play is going to continue.
Giving them a reset. The Rush 3 for 7 in their opening game with the man advantage.
Robert Church again. Now they'll go with a lefty strong look, and Levi Anderson, former first rounder, playing in his first game. Keenan's up top, flip back for Mans. Keenan again. Church step down, trying to go 5-hole on Hill, denied him, rebounds behind the net. Levi Anderson goes and blows up his defender. Pass comes out to Mans. Here's Keenan now, little boom down for Shanks, trying to go 5-hole, and he scores! Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Austin Shanks has one against his former squad.
And how about that for the rookie, Levi Anderson, some media's pick as Rookie of the Year, a potential Rookie of the Year, lays a big body behind the goal, creates the loose ball. Robert Church able to scoop it up there, Johnny on the spot, and Austin Shanks doing the damage against his former team to square this one up. It's funny, normally when you've got a former teammate against his old goalie, the goalie's winning that battle 9 times out of 10, but Shanks, first blood tonight, Cody.
There Jake Withers goes early, trying to face off against the rookie. And that's one of the things where we talk about Naso's first game. He only won 7 against Joe Nardella, but there was some where, hey, he is going to be a problem for other face-off takers in this league as the Rush will get possession. Robert Church now still looking for his first of the season. Bounces it wide and it ends up in row 2 here.
And back to Naso for a second there, Cody. He is going to be a big piece if the Rush want to make the playoffs this year. Face-offs were a thing this team struggled with. Naso, again, against Nardella, against one of the best, now against Withers, probably the best face-off man in the league. Tough test for the young man in his first 2 games.
Randy Stotts now, a little juke inside, and Hogarth buries. Oh, a little pick and pop, and the former Calgary Roughneck puts Halifax back in front.
With his 5th of the year, the Lakefield, Ontario product. And we were wondering, we talked pregame, what kind of game we were going to see. Are we going to see a defensive battle like the Rush had with Albany? Or are we going to see these teams put the ball in the back of the net? And so far, we're seeing the latter, and that's great for the fans, everybody watching right there. Thomas Hogarth, quick hands in space, finds the opening behind Chiliano. Just a great, that's a goal scorer's goal right there, Cody.
It's the pick on the back on Mike Messenger there. It's perfect. It doesn't knock him over, but it gets him that separation. And someone like Randy Stotts, yeah, he isn't going to be missing that one. Perfect setup for Hogarth, and now Naso's got the draw win. Rush have possession. So far, Jake Naso, 4 draws against the best in the league, Jake Withers, and he's sitting at 50% here early. Now it's Mans inside for Church. Bobbled the ball as I believe got it back for a second there. 8 on the shot clock. Anderson now. Church, wrong side of the road, bounces this one out of play.
That's another good thing to see out of Levi Anderson. The one thing the young man struggled with a bit in camp was his passing game, his awareness. Nice crisp pass there to Robert Church. So good to see that he's starting to pick up on the intricacies of the offense.
Here's Peterson now. Double team was on him for a second, and he works over to Robinson down to Thede. Thede's defended by Jared Smith. He'll knock him down to the carpet. Ball's free for a second. And Jared Smith, one of 2 Manitoba products in the NLL. causes the turnover and the loose ball, while Anju's just going to scoop that one over. And again, the reason he doesn't pick that up is if he picks it up, the 30 clock resets, and there's a chance he turns it over, versus if you run out the clock, now you get your offense on the floor fresh, and they can set up, in which they will do. Mike Triolo rips it down for Austin Shanks. Only goal so far for the Rush. Here's Levi Anderson, the rookie, to the middle, rips one. That goes wide. Trying to go stick side on him. Shanks now, long shot out. That one hit Smith in the shins. And the outlet goes for Graham Hosick, brother of Matt Hosick, defender on the Saskatchewan Rush. You'll see him wearing 94 in green. Graham Hosick wearing 4 in white. Randy Stotts now, 15 on the shot clock. Little back pedal. Defender Accione's on him. Now he'll dish this one up. Knox, swim move. Down to the turf as there's Matt Hosick. He's all over him. Those two were former teammates in Panther City. Now Shiliano's got to make a right arm save on Knox, and Accione's going to run with it. Flip up for Garland, and he'll wait for some forwards to come on the floor. Zach Mans on the restraining line. Keenan and Shanks, so the last two forwards off the bench. Mans, 4 goals in the opening game against Albany. Church, little flip back, Triolo, quick take inside, and Warren Hill with a great stop.
We all know Robert Church is the goal scorer, but how about that pass and 4 assists in the opening game against Albany?
Thunderbirds thought about running that one in transition, and then Hogarth, a little hidden ball trick up top, but it'll work down to Thie. Does it on the shot clock, and Isaac Anju causes the turnover and grabs a loose ball. Now he'll flip it up for Ryan Barnable. Barnable decides to pull this one back, hits Isaac Anju. Anju to the middle, bouncer goes wide. Anju did have 2 goals last season. Both of them came against the Halifax Thunderbirds. Track meet will continue, though. Thunderbirds have numbers, and Theeds robbed by Shiliano.
It's a huge save for Shiliano. He'd let in the first 2 of the game.
And he got Theed again on the rebounds. Dawson Theed had 4 against Calgary. Jared Smith taken down, penalty coming, but he flips it over to Boudreau just ahead of the 8-second count. I'll say that one was pretty dang close, but Church, he'll rip it up for Levi Anderson here. Former Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League star out of Calgary has Zach Mans on the help side. Church back for Mans, 6-on-5 setup here, delayed call. Keenan stepped down into one and he misses the net. That'll be over and back as we'll head off to a TV timeout. 8:14 left to go. Quarter number 1. Thomas Hogarth has the latest. The Thunderbirds lead by 1.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in Saskatoon as the Rush are taking on the Halifax Thunderbirds here in Saskatoon. Now, a couple of new faces here on the turf, and one of those is Brock Haley, who scored Rookie of the Week in his NLL debut with the Rush in Week 1 against Albany. Cody, John?
Brock Haley having a great Week 1. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Picked up for a first-round pick in the offseason.
Rush on the power play. Second of the game, Zach Mans is up top. It's a lefty strong look this time. Trying to go back to Church for that quick stick, but the pass was above his head. Austin Shanks has it right now. Scored on the power play to open for Saskatchewan. Back to Church for a quick stick. That goes off the side of the goal. Levi Anderson's behind. Thought about a dunk attempt. Shot clock didn't reset, though. They got to let something go quick, and that extra pass is going to be nothing gets on goal.
That was 2 back-to-back passes across the box of Halifax that just weren't crisp enough here for Saskatchewan's power play. The Thunderbirds break it up and now have a chance to kill off 30 seconds here.
Halifax had one shorty in their opening game loss against Calgary. 18-17, the Roughnecks took that one. Now a man down, Clark Peterson has it. He'll try to throw this one inside. Goes off the foot of Adam J, actually, and it finds Jake Boudreau. He'll run it up the floor. They got Mike Robinson caught back on defense for a second, but now he'll go change as the 2 Rush defenders head off, and the power play continues for the next 52 seconds. Anderson pulls it back. Church has it, and he'll find Mans. Boudreau will head off. 5th forwards on the floor. It's Ryan Keenan, a lefty strong look, as Mans, Keenan, and Anderson patrol up top. Church back for Keenan. Now it's Robert Church, and he bobbled that one. Ball was free for a second. Now he's going to have to go for a change as Withers runs it up to the logo, and Halifax can almost kill the rest of this penalty.
Boudreau showing his inexperience there as he kind of got caught in no man's land. Didn't know whether to stay or whether to go. Basically killed the first 20 seconds of the shot clock there for the Rush, thanks to the Halifax penalty kill.
Now you'll see Clark Peterson up top, former resident of Toontown here. Dawson Theed wants to drive. He'll try bulling a China shop his way to the front. Got knocked down by Hosick, and Barnable has the Lucy. Throws it over to Accioni, the Rush's first-round pick in the most recent NLL draft. Now Levi Anderson, swim move around Peterson. Fans of field lacrosse would have seen that a dozen times this summer. Over to Church, trying to go 5-hole. Stopped by Hill. Loose ball still on the ground here. Brock Haley trying to track it down, and it'll get scooped up by the Thunderbirds. Tarafanko's back the other way. Hosick thought about shooting it. Now he'll try and drive away from Enju, but he got all sorts of wrapped up. Penalty coming on Saskatchewan. Hill to the bench. The Thunderbirds will go 6-on-5. Stotts is up top. Hogarth is with him. Little step down, takes it, he rings one off the post. Won't be over and back though. That goes in. I know that's about like 10 feet difference, but you gotta think that they're holding their breath a little bit.
It kind of looked like it was almost picking up the English and heading towards it too, Cody. No home field advantage though for the Rush as that stays wide.
Stotts back up top, still 6-on-5, delayed call coming. Little inside feed, Chiliano dropped to his knees, shot didn't make him there. Jay and Messenger run down. Stotts finds Theed. He'll wind and fire. Little bouncer. This one will be over and back, though, as it didn't touch any Rush players. And Halifax going to their first power play of the game. We are going to commercial break. It's the Thunderbirds up 2-1 on the Rush.
All right, Coach Quinlan, this is kind of a revenge game against the Thunderbirds based on how we played against them last year. What do you want to see out of the guys tonight?
I think we're playing well to start. We got to shoot the ball a little bit better, and we can't have those simple breakdowns in the two-man game. So got a big kill here coming up. We got to get through it, and we just got to keep playing.
What's one more piece of advice you want to give the guys to come out with a win tonight?
Again, it's just kind of discipline. It's not staying out of the box. It's making good decisions with the ball in transition. It's being disciplined with our changes. For us, it's all about discipline.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Speaking of discipline, double minor, 2 separate holding calls there to Isaac Enju before we went to break means that Halifax, is going to be on the power play for 4 minutes or less.
Halifax 50% on the man advantage in their first game. Rush penalty kill 57%. Righty strong look here. Clark Peterson's up top. Got his own pass back. Theed, quick stick, scores. Just like that, you can get rid of the first minor penalty, and Halifax goes up by a pair.
I guess that is the silver lining, because right now, if you're a Saskatchewan Rush fan, you're not feeling so great about all of that. Just crisp work with the passes there for Halifax, and then the quick stick by Theed to finish it off. Just look at that passing. Nobody really commits. Nobody gets out to challenge. The Rush kind of shrink their box, end up in no man's land. Nobody covering Theed on the near side and the quick stick. And unlike last time they played against Albany, Frank Chiliano right now just 50% save percentage as we head to the dying moments of the first quarter, Cody.
Naso and Withers, a couple of words after that face-off there. Everyone knows Withers is not afraid of anyone in the league, but Naso, hey, he showed it against Joe Nardella a couple weeks ago. He's not going to back down despite being a rookie in this league. Righty strong power play goes back to work. Randy Stotts has Peterson a little behind the back pass, trying to float that one far side, ends up in the stick of Theed. 6 on the shot clock. Peterson back down for Theed. Got it in the corner again. Shooting as the shot clock expired. And that'll be 30 seconds killed off for Saskatchewan as Jake Boudreau scoops it up.
Saskatchewan, I really think, needs to get something going, get the momentum, home crowd back on their side, because Halifax, is, as they did twice last year, has silenced this building early, Cody.
A Rush and a shorty against Albany. See what the offense can whip up here. It's Levi Anderson. Was a healthy scratch in the team's season opener, and sometimes for a young guy, that helps. You get a different perspective on the NLL game. Here's Robert Church now, all the way across for Anderson. 3 on the shot clock. couldn't handle the pass and couldn't grab the loose ball either. So the power play's got under a minute to work with now for Halifax.
It would have been a great opportunity because Mike Triolo and Jake Withers were going at it on the near side of the floor. Anderson had a clear look if he could have scooped that one.
Now it's a lefty strong look for the Thunderbirds. Robinson and Knox. He'll get the pass back. Save made by Chiliano. Rebound came shooting back out there. Knox again. Save made by Chiliano on Stotts. Hogarth has the loose ball. Another reset coming here. In the corner. Knox trying to go back. They thought about the quick stick there. Not sure the pass was caught cleanly though. Garland picked off the pass, and then he was stripped of the ball. Down for Hogarth. Then he gets blown up by Mike Messenger. The hammer lowers the boom.
We talked about this in the preseason, Cody, about whether Mike Messenger would have to step it up a little bit more now that he no longer has to take the face-off. Sorry, I kept thinking we were going to see a scoring chance there. Had to pause.
Austin Shank snap behind the cage. Floats one up for Brock Haley, the rookie. Down for Keenan now, Zach Mantz. Little two-man game. Anderson's in to set the pick. Keenan had room to shoot off. It's a pass to Shanks. Now it's Shanks. He'll drive inside, trying to pull it back. Short side on Hill, but he missed the net. The Rush have probably missed the net about 7 times in this opening quarter here. I know the NLL does track that, so we'll be able to find that at the end of the quarter here. But the Rush, the sights exactly aren't set right now. Here's the Thunderbirds back the other way. That one's going to ring iron, as Frank Chiliano didn't get his left arm on it as Peterson was cutting across the middle. Now it's Knox. Thought about an outside look. He'll work his way right to the middle there. Ball ends up behind. Lead has it. One hand on his stick, and he's running away from everyone. In comes Matt Accioni to help. They'll try backhand scoop this one. Robinson, defended by Barnable, zips it across. Hogarth low to low. This one's going to bounce into row 6.
You mentioned all the misses there, Cody, by the Saskatchewan Rush on goal. Just look at the two teams. Halifax is just so much crisper than the Saskatchewan Rush. The efforts there by the defenders, you see there with Garland, and then the massive hit there by Mike Messenger. Want to see lots of that if you're a Rush fan this year.
Robinson, low shot on Chiliano. He makes the save, and now he's got to get out of his crease in 4 seconds and across half in 8. Isaac Enju. He'll work it up, but he runs himself into trouble. Jake Withers caused the turnover there. Peterson now knocked it free, and Withers is going to have a bit of a break here. Enju got back just in time. Withers a hat trick in their season opener last year against the Rush. Backdoor feed, Theed wide open, scores. No one covered 51 in white, and he makes the Rush pay yet again.
Jimmy Quinlan said when he was talking to Sabine, discipline doesn't just include, staying out of the box. It includes making good decisions, doing the right things. And it's hard to say that Saskatchewan's doing many right things right now. I don't know how you leave Dawson Theed that wide open. The man opened the season with 4 goals. He's got 2 already tonight, 6 on the year, and just a blown assignment in alone on Frank Chiliano. And Frank's one of the best goalies in the league, but Theed's not going to miss from there very often.
Now, I know he was a university hockey player, but Theed going in the 4th round is looking crazy.
Oh.
And that, again, that was the Rochester 2018 days, right? Like the draft was a little bit different, but and I know some people get offended by the word underrated, but boy, there's 14 GMs who would love to have him on their team as Naso goes and snaps up a face-off win. Rush will have possession. There's about a 13-second differential, game clock and shot clock. We'll see if they want a 2-for-1. Mantz, little double spin on Tarafanko. Finds Shanks, he's knocked to the turf. Ball's on the ground, and Hasek kind of heels that one back, and Mantz beats Tarafanko for the loose ball. 5 to shoot. Here goes Triolo, trying to run downhill. He lost the ball as well. Little spin and fires, the shot clock's expiring, and now Halifax 12.3. Well, obviously they're gonna go 6-on-5. Do they take a timeout here? Doesn't look like they want to.
Looks like they're just going to roll with it. Cody, one of the things the Rush are doing well so far, Naso 4 out of 6 on the dot.
Knox is up top, 6-on-5. They got 6 seconds to shoot. Stotts back for Theed, plenty of time, trying to pull it short side. Had some room as well, got it back again. Dawson Theed probably had 8 shots that quarter. He's been all over the place. Again, 6 goals to start the season through 5 quarters. And it's all Halifax in quarter number 1. They lead 4-1 in Saskatchewan. Join in on the fun with the NLL's all-new fantasy game platform, NLL Pick'em, with access to weekly and monthly prizes. Play today at NLL.com.
I'm no good at the Pick'em games, Cody, so we won't make a friendly side wager while playing that. One big thing to look at into this game, one of the big storylines was whether or not Warren Hill was going to bounce back from a disappointing Game 1 performance. Well, he's done this throughout his career. When Warren Hill has a save percentage below 71%, he's done that 13 times. But the game after, he's above average, almost an 80% save percentage. The kid knows how to bounce back, and so far early on, the Rush haven't thrown a lot at him, but he's looked much more solid than he did against Calgary in their first game.
Keep an eye at the battle on the stripe here. Naso's 4 for 6 against Jake Withers. I know it's early. We're not getting the horse ahead of the cart too quick, but Naso has been great at the draw when battling it out. And there he's got another one as Mike Messenger scoops up the loose ball. He's got a couple seconds to work it across half. Here's Zach Mann's early shot. That goes off the leg of Jake Withers, and Graham Hossack wants to run. Little shovel forward for Wilson. Can't catch up to it in time, though. And Boudreau, with the help of the boards, is going to grab a loose ball.
Fun face-off fact for you, Cody. In the one of the games last year, the Rush only had 3 face-off wins the entire game against Halifax.
Yikes. Mans has Keenan up top. Down for Shanks. Shanks the lone goal for Saskatchewan so far. Keenan all sorts of tied up with the defender. Here's Levi Anderson flip inside. Shanks trying to go short side on Warren Hill. Good stop there as Warren Hill now has 6 stops in the contest.
Second time Shanks has tried to go short side on his former goalie.
Thomas Hogarth up top. Down season last year in Calgary, but I don't think too many expected that to continue, knowing that he'd be taking a bigger role on this Thunderbirds team. He's got it back again. That's a good stop by Chiliano with the left arm there as he drops into a hockey-style butterfly.
Well, you know Hogarth doesn't shoot the same direction, but he was one of the guys brought in to fill the gap from Austin Shanks losing at his 85 points last year.
Zach Mans, 15 on the shot clock here. Anderson's on the floor. The youngsters will run. Brock Haley, room to go to the net. Haley's inside and he scores. Number 3 on the season for the former Whitby Warrior, and Saskatchewan has their second of the contest.
Last week's League Rookie of the Week picks up where he left off and opens the scoring in the second quarter. Pure speed as he just blows by Romanchich, the Aurora, Ontario product. He just turns on the jets and then manages to beat Hill, bringing life back to SaskTel Center. And Haley, of course, the Rookie of the Week last week. You know, years, getting it all confused here. Maybe I'm just making an early subconscious prediction. Cody Jansen.
Well, he had 119 goals when you combine the regular season playoffs and Minto Cup back in 2022. And that was playing with the no fun Lacrosse Canada rules. So, hey, you can't crease dive. Goalies are using different gear. I know it's might be a controversial take, but Brock Haley's the real deal. And he's picked up for a first-round pick by Derek Keenan. Rush another possession. Withers won the face-off, and then Naso all over him causes the turnover. Here's Shanks, though. A couple fakes trying to throw inside for Church. Little fadeaway shot. That one goes wide of Hill. Rebound grab by Messenger. Messenger from the corner. Tried to put one at his feet. Not a bad shot, but Hill was right there to make the save.
Well, I think the early storyline here, Cody, on top of a handful of missed passes and incompletions, the Rush missed the net 10 times in the first quarter.
Dawson Theed with it. Put him on hat trick watch. He has 2. Finds Stotts. Trying to flip it back for Hogarth. Ends up down in the corner. Knox with it. All the way up top for Theed. Theed wants to drive, finds Bowhunter, and I'm not sure if he whiffed on that or if it was deflected, but that's probably the easiest stop Chiliano's going to make tonight. Anderson now, little lane to the net. Thought about flipping it with one hand, but good defense by Halifax as they collapse towards the crease. And now with 15 seconds on the shot clock, the Rush offense gets reset. Here's Brock Haley again. Little toe drag. Outside, back for Keenan. Keenan wants some help. Has Levi Anderson back for Brock Haley. Inside, denied by Hill. What a stop with the left elbow.
Unbelievable stop there by Warren Hill. Safe to say he's having another trademark bounce back game. That's a second or third 10-belt save, Cody.
Graham Hosick will hand it off for Dawson Thien. Played some U Sports CIS hockey at St. Mary's out on the coast. And now he's playing in the NLL. A few less bus rides than maybe kicking around the minor hockey circuit, says Jake Boudreau. Now, thought about running. He's got help with him. There's Mike Messenger. Messenger back for Shanks. Little toe drag. Now he's going to peel back, wait for some help. Levi Anderson's on the floor. 3 lefties out there. Keenan and Mansell support him. Shanks, room to fire, decides against it. Now he's going to try flip it inside for Church. They've tried to get to the middle and just aren't having success on this Thunderbirds defense.
No, Trevor Smith, Hosick, the rest of the interior of that defense has been breaking up all sorts of passes in the middle. Might be try something new.
Peterson now, pushed back by Garland. Up top for Knox. Knox now fires one high, and Barnable could have a breaker. There goes Hosick instead. He'll hit the speed burst. Over and back, he'll get Collinville. No breakaway, but again, get a fresh 30 clock.
Matt Hosick is such a great combination of speed and physicality, and really a piece this Rush defense was missing. And again, gifted to them from what happened with Panther City, and I know Rush fans are happy to have him back.
Here's Ryan Keenan. Keenan, little spin back. Got to the middle. Couldn't use his defender as a screen for that shot, though. Here's Triolo. He'll run it down. He'll drive inside. Trying to go 5-hill. Hill denies him.
Mike Triolo, all 6'8" of him, the Toronto product, using that size to drive inside and create that chance.
18 goals, 37 points last season for him. Here's Randy Stotts off the bench. Stotts up top. Robinson. Outside look for Thien. Defended by Messenger. Finds Hogarth. Got the shot off. That guy can get a shot off from anywhere. We're not surprised. He makes it look way too easy. As Thien now absolutely drills Jarrett Smith. Haley comes in to scoop up the loose ball, though. He'll settle it down here. We've played 5 minutes in quarter number 2. Robert Church off the bench. Church, Anderson, trying to drive in. Shanks lays a hard pick as Withers falls backwards there. And the Rush trailed by 2. 9:28 left to go in the second quarter. We're off to a TV timeout in Saskatchewan. NLL Plus is here and free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, full games, replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at nll.com/plus.
I've been telling the friends and family, no more reasons to not enjoy our broadcast here, Cody.
Well, we're on a lot of platforms here. NLL Plus, TSN Plus, CTV2 out on the Atlantic, ESPN Plus in the States. Yeah, there is a bunch of ways to watch the NLL this season.
And if you're watching, make sure you're watching the quest, if you will, from Robert Church as he's looking to move into first all-time on the Saskatchewan all-time points lead. He's sitting at 680, just 7 behind Mark Matthews, who of course was traded away for basically the entire Rush roster now that makes up this team. Robert Church just 8 away from taking the record, 7 from tying it. Tonight, though, just 2 shots on goal, both of them stopped by Warren Hill.
Thunderbirds offense goes to work. Clark Peterson trying to drive on Garland. Flip back for Stotts. Little back pedal. Goes off the backboards. You kind of worry if those goes off the back of the goaltender. It's kind of a freebie as that'll roll over the goal line. Instead, it stays behind the net, though.
Well, and it just seemed to come out with a little bit of spin, a little bit of a change-up on that one. Could have rolled down the back of Chiliano, but he comes up with a big stop there.
Levi Anderson played in his first NLL game over to Austin Shanks, the former Thunderbird. Now it's Mance. Little drive up, passes it to the middle, hoping for a stick, but no one was ready for it.
And that's been the story of the Rush offense early on, Cody. Just tons of incomplete passes.
Withers for Peterson, far side. Chiliano got just enough, and his red friend did the rest.
I don't know if Chiliano knew he got that one. He just threw out the mitt and it popped up.
And Seed inside. The Rush get caught sleeping off the reset. There's the hat trick for big number 51.
It's not much of a secret. Dawson Theed is good at lacrosse and very good at getting open so far tonight. The Rush have to pay more attention to him. It's like this defense is just staring at CP24. And again, this is a third goal where Theed has been basically all by himself. First one on a quick stick. This one comes off of, there's the shot that goes out of play by Clark Peterson. But the replay on the goal there, Theed again finds busted coverage here with a sloppy Rush team. He ends up all alone again, and now he's got the hat trick here.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame show. This Halifax offense is dangerous. Yeah, they put up a 17 spot on Calgary. Found a way to lose that one, but their forwards can ball with the best of them. Here's Tarafanko. Little step down save made by Chiliano. He's got it in the crease.
Yeah, Halifax 17 shots to the Rush's 11, and needless to say, if you're watching film at halftime, if you're the Rush, there's nothing going right for you. Ugly start in the home opener here for the guys in green.
Anderson down for Haley. Haley to the middle, trying to go low to high. Hill made the stop. Haley had the rebound, and then it goes flying out of his stick. Got a loose ball, though. Reset comes. See Cody Adamson out there on defense in 56. Signed this week, and boy, he's making his NLL debut at the age of 36. Impressive, to say the least. We'll talk about it a little bit later on. Oh my goodness. Warren Hill robs Levi Anderson.
Thought for sure Anderson was going to have his first career goal, but Warren Hill said no thank you as his strong bounce back continues.
Thunderbirds now had numbers, and I think they were, that was one of the slower 3-on-2s. I think there was a little bit of panic, and too much time is sometimes a bad thing. There goes Stotts right to the middle, trying to throw a twister on goal. He got knocked into the crease, and now Hogarth and Barnable battle for the loose ball. Still free, though.
Great play by Matt Hossack there as Stotts got in close as he saved Frank Chiliano there. Austin Stotts is not one of those, or pardon me, Randy Stotts, not one of those guys you want to leave undefended close to the goal. Hossack jumps over, comes up with a big play.
Haley down for Church. Church now finds Keenan. Mans is in the corner. Haley to Church. Church dish inside for Keenan, and he got blown up by Graham Hossack. Ball's on the ground. Withers scoops it up. Robert Church still goalless this season. You wonder why he's not shooting that one.
Especially with the lack of success Saskatchewan has had going inside and going into the middle. Just take your shot. You're one of the best goal scorers in the NLL.
Calgary scored from the outside. It's possible. There's Knox inside. He's denied by Frank Chiliano. Again, just getting to the middle a little too easy. Halifax is kind of having their way.
Well, unless it's Mac Hossack or Mike Messenger, seems like everybody else is just getting blown by.
Here's Knox to the middle. Big wind up, and he rips this one off the boards. That ends up going to the netting and actually over the back of the netting. Behind the glass, obviously, and the Rush will grab possession here. 5:55 left to go, quarter number 2. It's Cody Jans and John Fraser Speed Mod with you inside SaskTel Center on a Saturday evening in Saskatoon. Robert Church, he'll step down on this one, and he misses the mark. Anderson, loose ball. Not a lot of support out there, though. Thought about a crease dive. Now he's going to run it out in front. 10 on the shot clock. Mans has Church up top. Down for Triolo. Triolo, low bouncer, goes wide as well. Shanks has it, and he'll fire it in the far corner. Extra shot comes right in the change box. And now Jake getting into it a little bit there. I think that's Romancic down by the bench. Words will continue until Mike Messenger steps in, and then things seem to cool off pretty quick.
It's amazing how that happens. The biggest, meanest looking guy out there steps in, and everybody silences, but you know what? If you're the Rush, you're probably frustrated from this start, and you know Halifax likes to play it chippy. They're known as a scoring team, but guess what? They got a great edge to them. It's what makes them so good, Cody. And words continue betwixt the former teammates on his way back to the bench. How does this all start? Well, Shanks with the last second as he knows the shot's expiring. gets greeted and then gets pushed, and then all the words start happening, mostly from goaltender Thomas Kazik as he's yelling from his door opening spot on the bench, stirring the pot, as I've been down there between the benches like Sabina Mott is tonight. I can tell you, the goalies, they like to do the talking.
Well, it'll be 4-on-4 on the floor. The league made the change last year, and I like it. It opens up some space here and lets the offenses truly cook. One guy who's been doing that a lot is Thede. Finds Hogarth. He's got it right back now. He'll drive down low. Good slide by Matt Hosick there as he got in the way, or Thede was cutting to the crease.
Well, now Thede getting the attention of those righties in Hosick and Messenger.
Rush have numbers. It's Messenger, a little fake pass, then he whips it high and wide.
He had Hill going down at the top of the net open and just flat out missed it, Cody.
Now Mans has it on the logo. Help comes with Haley and Church. Keenan's still out there, but there's only 5 on the shot clock. Keenan's got to take it, puts it in the logo, and Hill is looking for the stretch pass here. Withers has it, and Hogarth was the one wanting the breakaway pass. I'm not sure Hill recognized. Sometimes you give those guys a little bit of extra leniency, but Hill decides, hey, we'll slow it down here. Randy Stotts with it. Stotts to the middle. Dishes it down low. Peterson inside, and he's denied by Chiliano.
Best save of the night by Frank Chiliano, coming up with a big save there on Clark Peterson, who, as we talked about pregame, 100-plus points last season, 40 goals. Man knows how to score. That's a big stop there for Frank.
Church finds Anderson, the rookie out there. Triolo now down for Church. We'll see if he can open up some space for last year's leading scorer in Saskatchewan. Mans' pass got deflected. Grabbed by Smith in the corner.
Looking like an Army quarterback with some of those passes that they got going in the middle, just getting deflected all over the place. Incompletion after incompletion for the Rush. They got to mix something up here. Halifax is too good at breaking those up.
Hogarth down for Stotts. Short side, scores. Oh, he pulls that one back for his first of the night.
That's the second time Randy Stotts has thrown that kind of change-up, pullback look at Frank Chiliano. We saw it a little bit earlier where Frank was able to come up with a big shoulder save. This time, the change of speed, change of direction gets him. You're expecting the fastball here from Stotts, right? He's got a little bit of space on Garland, ready to step in, he just kind of flicks it at Chiliano, the other Rush defender coming in front, and then Thede again in front, creating havoc, creating a screen. He's having himself a ball game here, Cody. Go get your Dawson Thede jerseys, Halifax.
5 points, or 5 points tonight, 11 so far in the season. They haven't even finished 6 quarters yet. Withers and Naso going to work, and that's what you like about Jake Naso. Again, there's a reason he's top 5 all time in the NCAA ranks, but right there, not afraid to go nose to nose with Jake Withers, and the Rush will get a possession here as Haley finds Shanks. Shanks now inside dish, Keenan, and that must have gone off the crossbar.
Absolutely, Cody, off the bar and out.
Hosick back the other way, lets one fly, shot it around Messenger, and they won't say that was over and back. I thought that went off of Hosick's stick. Yeah. But again, we're a lot higher in the sky than the officials. Stotts lost his stick there. Has Knox, and he'll fire it up for Thede. Usually they'll call holding the stick unless the forward drops it on purpose. Thede now, he'll try to drive, and a warning call. Use that free arm to open up some space. Frank Chiliano still makes the stop, though. The goaltender's taken over in quarter number 2, but it's Halifax who leads by 4.
NLL is now on the ESPN app. Download the app or visit ESPN.com for the latest news, schedule, and scores.
The Saskatchewan Rush, a little bit of a sloppy game here so far. Meanwhile, Halifax looking crisp, looking good. The Rush now, fun fact, have missed the goal more than they've actually gotten on to Warren Hill. 14 shots on the net, 15 shots that have been at the net but missed. Rush got to tighten it up if they want to close the gap here.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. But the offense, a chance at redemption, down by 4. Couple minutes to go here in the opening half. Keenan down for Anderson. The rookie making his NLL debut. Trying to flip it inside for Keenan. Ball's free. Smith is all over Keenan, though. Doesn't have a stick, and it's grabbed by the defender, Pearson.
Again, Halifax just so good inside. Smith with the deflection, then wins the battle against the captain, Keenan. Rush got to look at maybe going outside with this, using some screens, using some far shots, stepping into a couple, because the game plan right now is not working for them.
Feed's working on a 5-point night, and he's got the rock. Over to Stotts. Stotts will drive it inside, backhand flip, trying to hit Hogarth, but Matt Hostick's into to break it up.
Hostick showing off the wheels there as he came back to deflect that pass. He came out of nowhere like Randy Orton to break that one up.
Hostick flips it down, and now Mans will have it. He's got 2 assists so far. Leads the way on offense for Saskatchewan. Haley and Shanks have lit the lamp. Mance back for Haley. He'll drive around. Trillo sets the pick. Haley toe drag inside, and he's stopped by Hill.
The Rush rookie's having a solid start, but Warren Hill has stopped Anderson a couple times and now stopped Haley on another great save.
Well, we talked about his bounce-back performances after he struggles. Comes back with a near 800 save percentage most nights. Peterson from range. Save was made. Rebound goes wide.
Good back check there by Isaac Andrew.
Yeah,
he's been in the box a lot.
Hogarth hard. Robinson let that one go from range. Ball's on the ground. Scooped up in the D zone by Jared Smith. Evades the double team. Less than 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Down for Keenan. Little inside. Shank snap. Trying to go 2 for 1. Got blocked by Graham Hostick. And now Peterson is going to grab it. And wisely, they don't pick it up till it's under the 30-second mark, because once they pick it up, the shot clock resets. And then they can call their timeout, go 6-on-5, and set up whatever they want.
And just a veteran move there by Clark Peterson, doing exactly that. You know, you're a lacrosse player. Your first thought is scoop this, go down, score, set something up. But knowing to keep that ball on the ground, letting that extra 4 or 5 seconds run off the clock, you can see he's getting all the congrats from the guys. They know what's up. And now Halifax, an opportunity to run one last play here before halftime and go up 7-2 in SaskTel Center, a building that's almost been kinder to them than the Halifax home barn, as they are so comfortable playing here. We talked about it pregame. If you missed last year, the Rush 0-2 against Halifax, a 17-12 win and a 19-6 win.
Don't miss any of the action this season at NLL.com/tickets and get yourself front row seats to your favorite NLL team. All the big hits, highlight reel goals, and star-studded matchups. That's NLL.com/tickets.
Halifax here trying to get a good look at what they're going to run. Of course, Warren Hill is on the bench. Last time they ran with the empty net, though, there was a goal that went off the iron and got precariously close to going in. And maybe that's the kind of bounce that the Rush fans are looking for. But look for, I mean, if you are Halifax, I'm looking for Theed here. He's been able to get open, sneaky on that far side, a 5-point night right now, and he's able to create his own space. He's so big and physical.
Stotts has it up top. 3 righties, 3 lefties. Messenger, Hossick, Boudreau, Jay, and Garland are the 5 defenders for Saskatchewan. Here's Peterson. Got around a Stotts pick. Outside look. Theed's behind the net. Thought about a dunk. Hit Hogarth inside. Perfect passing. And Frank Chiliano comes up clutch. But now Boudreau's on the ground. And Stotts and Garland have a hold of each other here. Refs are in right now, and maybe if the conversation continues, we'll have some fun to start quarter number 3.
Kind of hope it does. I like seeing a little bit of physicality on your Saturday night here as the two men have a bit of a disagreement. Boudreau looks okay. He's having a conversation with our officials. Didn't like the hit, but he's okay and should be back on the floor. The bright neon green of SaskTel Center for the second half.
Yeah, and then again, that whole first half really was Halifax and their offense. And then again, you see how well they move it, even at the end there. You got to look at Jake Boudreau. Maybe a little shaken up. Maybe he just wants a couple extra words as it is continuing.
Yeah.
There's still.
As you see right now on your screens, the Halifax players starting to go down the tunnel, turning around, exchanging words. Boudreau saying some fun things. I can only imagine what the conversation is. I know Jimmy Quinlan is down there now talking to the officials. Oh, wow, I love this. The Rush players, Boudreau was not happy at all. He's absolutely giving it to the other team as we wait. Sabine is down there with Dawson Theed getting ready to talk to him.
All right, Dawson, you're on the board with 3. Let's talk about what's going on right now. Pretty heated between the two teams. What's the feelings?
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on the bench here, but our offense is swinging the ball well. We got good spacing out there, and we're scoring on our chances, so we just got to keep going.
What do you guys got to do to keep extending that gap that you have right now?
We got to play for another 30 minutes. That's been our downfall the last, couple of years, I guess. We got to finish 60 minutes strong here.
Thanks so much. Cody, John?
Dawson Theed having himself a night. Great guy as well. You know he is. He's from the Brooklyn area, right?
Of course.
Hey, coming up next, it's the NLL halftime report. The Thunderbirds lead the Rush 6-2. At the half here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, inside Sasktel Center, the Halifax Thunderbirds jumped out to a quick start. They've kept it up. They're up 6-2 on the Saskatchewan Rush, and the Rush's home opener on Co-op Field. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Sabine Ahmad with you here at the half. And again, we talk about how important starts are to lacrosse games. Well, Halifax, they got to a good one after maybe embarrassing themselves in their own home opener. They weren't going to do the same tonight.
No, certainly. Halifax in every single way has looked like the more prepared, sharper lacrosse club. Sloppy start by the Rush, but Halifax comes out here in a building they played really well in, opens the scoring less than a minute in. Shanks against his former team. He evens it up, and past this point, it was a Thunderbird show, all led by Dawson Theed. You see him here. He ends up with 3 goals, 5 points in the opening half. Bang, bang right there, finding and creating space. The Rush, the super rookie Brock Haley, tries to bring the home team back, but instead it is Halifax. It's been all Halifax all tonight, so if you're watching, you're wearing purple, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, you got to wonder if the Rush kind of change up some of their mentality a little bit. They've been trying to get inside, just hasn't been working. I think you got to shoot from the outside. Calgary had some success there, but again, Warren Hill has been fantastic. We know that about his bounce back games.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's 6-2 right now at the half, and Warren Hill, he's known for bouncing back after a poor performance, and that's exactly what he's doing tonight. He's come up with several big saves. When the Rush are getting it on net, they have had some dangerous chances, but Hill has been up to the task over and over again. He wasn't great in his home opener, but right now he's spoiling the party here in Saskatchewan. Also up to the task, Frank Chiliano. If you had just about anybody else betwixt the pipes there, Cody, we're talking this is a runaway for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, taking a look at a couple numbers there in the opening half. 26-15 shots on goal in favor of Halifax. 6-4. Jake Naso out-dueling Jake Withers right now. Power plays. Each team has 1. Loose balls. Halifax leads by 1 there. They've also turned the ball over twice. The one that actually matters, the 6 and the 2. The Thunderbirds lead by 4. We're at the half inside Sasktel Center. We're back after the break. Let's take a look around the NLL here in week number 3, obviously on Co-op Field. It's the Halifax Thunderbirds up 6-2 on the Saskatchewan Rush. Last night, 3 games. Buffalo beats Ottawa 18-7. San Diego beats Colorado 14-11. Vancouver tops Rochester 10-7. Tonight it's a final. Philly hammers Las Vegas 19-10. Albany's up 10-7 on Calgary and MVP Arena. And down at Gas South in Georgia, it's the Swarm up 7-5 on the Toronto Rock. Each year, before the start of the season, the top players and rookies of the NLL converge for an all-access 2-day media event. For the first time ever, we give you a behind-the-scenes look as we followed around some of the league's most recognizable names. SaskTel Center, Rush Nation getting rowdy with the fan drum, and on the floor, again, it was all Halifax in that first quarter, but Saskatchewan, well, they get a little bit of help here as Randy Stotts will start the third quarter in the sin bin.
Yeah, a couple roughing minors at the end of it, and an extra dead ball foul to Stotts. So that means the Rush going to start with a 2-minute power play.
Naso versus Withers at the dot. It's the rookie, 60% so far in his second career NLL game. Ref is ready, ball is down, and quarter number 3 is underway, and Withers going early, and that's when you know you might be between someone's ears a little bit. It's when the rookie out of Duke, who hasn't played box lacrosse before October, is giving you some trouble here on the bright green turf in Saskatchewan. Lefty strong look on the power play. They are 25% against Albany, have won on the man advantage tonight. Church up top for Mans. Down for Anderson, backdoor shakes, quick stick. That went off the shoulder of Warren Hill.
And that was a great no-look pass by Anderson. The knock on him coming out of camp was maybe his passing wasn't quite where it needed to be. So far tonight, he's made a few nice passes. And back to Naso, if you told me coming into this game that after half, Jake Withers would be losing the battle on the dot, I would have said you're crazy. I could not see it coming. Naso has come as advertised, and really the lone bright spot for Saskatchewan so far.
Adam J just wallpaper Pearson there in front of the Rush bench. Steed has the rock, though. He's got 5 points in the opening half. Peterson's up top, defended by Enju and Jake. Trying to feed one inside. Chiliano has it. Boudreau wants to run. Got the feed up top. Knox is on the back check there, and that's a great play by Knox. He comes back, and now the penalty kill gets to eat another 30 seconds, and the Rush try to force it when they didn't have to.
Well, and Knox almost stayed just far enough away from Boudreau so he couldn't see him or hear him, and then pounced at the last second to create the turnover.
Now Dawson Thien misses a pass, and Matt Hossick's got a chance to run here. Hossick, will he try and go through the defenders? His brother got off the bench early, though, and that's going to get called. That's an illegal substitution on Halifax. Shanks a quick shot. Hill makes the stop. Smith scoops it up, and the Rush will have 5-on-3 for 30 seconds.
Well, you know, Graham couldn't let Matt, just walk on in. He was excited to stop his brother, came off a little early, and the in-home's going to head to the bin of sin. So TSN turning point here potentially for the Rush. You're going to go 30 seconds of 5-on-3. So you've got a full 30. You've got 30 seconds with 2 men up. They need a goal here to kickstart something.
Well, this is interesting. Bo Hunter's the in-home on our game sheets, but they've sent Cody Adamson to the sin bin. But it's a 5-on-3. They'll go 4-on-3 and throw Boudreau on the logo here. Mans and Church work it up top. Keenan and Shanks are on the crease. Church try to go back for Keenan. Ends up going off his helmet. Now Shanks lost it for a second. Mans has it. Shanks now, a couple of fakes, avoids the crease though, trying to throw this one back. Smith is there, and Keenan runs into him. Now it's up for Hossick. Jake Boudreau tries to step into him. Now they're trying to force an 8-second count, and Hossick's not across in time.
Just got it, but that was textbook 3-on-5 penalty killing by Hossick and Smith. If you're a coach out there, clip that clip, show it to your young defenders what to do on the PK.
Keenan has it now. They wait for some help. It'll be a righty strong look. Brock Haley's up top. 1 goal for him in this game, 3 on the season. Keenan, little step down, trying to go short side. Hill might have got a piece of it. Brock Haley now. He'll wind and fire. He can rip the pill, but that one misses the mark, and it bounces into the seats.
The Rush in the first half missing the mark 16 times, Cody. Just that little bit off so far tonight.
And you got to think they change up their shot selection, maybe a little bit more from the outside, because getting inside on Hill is not working, and the Halifax defense is looking a lot better than a week ago. Here's Peterson. Hogarth out to help set some picks. Messenger runs by him, has to be careful as Peterson got inside, got the shot off. Loose ball's on the ground, and it'll get scooped up by Adam J.
Smart play by Jay. 33 seconds left on the power play. Slow it down, let the big guns out for one last look to hopefully spark some momentum if you're a Rush fan.
Shanks does have the power play marker as Hill tries to scoop that one back into his crease. Works out perfectly for him.
Probably some breath being held there as that ball was live in the crease by the Halifax fans tuning in.
Accioni just stepped into Knox. He wanted nothing to do with that pass as the rookie had a full head of steam. And now Mance thought about feeding Shanks in the middle. We're back to even strength. Keenan with a quick stick. Hill got over there and makes a sliding save. And now Mance has to avoid Adamson. A great story, by the way. Ladner, pioneer transition threat. Just won a President's Cup. Talking to some guys earlier. We're looking at like 9th NLL camp, and he cracks the league at 36. Unbelievable. Zach Mann's with it now, though. Defended by Terefenko. Over to Haley. His shot deflected by Hosek, and that goes out of play.
So cool. 36 years old, being a rookie, making your debut. Could you imagine how cool that must feel?
And now on the floor, this isn't what you want to see, as Robert Church is holding on to his leg.
I think this might be a non-contact injury. Here, we're going to get a second look here in the replay. Church takes a cross-check from Withers.
But he just steps weird. Again, hey, if the refs are going to let it be prison ball, you know, when the play is dead, yeah, you can say that's a bit of a non-contact, but he's clearly pushed and he twists something.
And he went down hard. You could see not only the Rush players, but the Halifax players calling for the training staff. Like, Church is a tough guy. We've seen him shake off injuries. We've seen him get hit. We've seen him battle. Guy's a spark plug, and this does not look good at all. He can barely put any weight on that left leg. Haley's up there, Triolo's up there to carry him off, and he can't put any weight at all on that left leg, and that is a massive, massive loss right now for the Saskatchewan Rush. That left leg, which he twisted when he went down, has not touched the turf. And if I'm the Saskatchewan Rush, somebody's got to fight. I'm sorry, let's just call a spade here, Cody. Your best player just went down on a late shot on a dead ball foul. Somebody's got to step up. You got to send a message. I'm not saying do anything dirty, but there's got to be a response here from the Rush. And if there isn't, the paint should be torn off the walls by the coaching staff.
Haley down for Anderson. We're underway here. Inside Shanks, trying to go short side. Might have had a little bit of room. Ball's still free. Triolo knocks it back for Keenan. Keenan now fires that one wide. It'll bounce off the boards. Triolo trying to get in there. Terefenko beats him to it. Ball got stripped for a second by Keenan. And now it's on the ground. Smith will have it. Garland's back on defense, and Halifax will slow things down. .15 on the shot clock. Stotts will spin off. Pick got set by Hogarth. Ball's on the turf. Boudreau scoops it up. He'll have Garland with him. Barnable's the trailer. Boudreau laying down the middle. Stopped by Hill. Now Barnable. Loose ball. Jared Smith down there to help as well. Boudreau's got to be an outlet valve, and now he's got Garland on the far side of the floor. They got the shot clock reset, though, so you can get the offense out. But now you're running in 3 righties left of the game. Haley now trying to cut inside, and he scores. Oh, they're going to wave that one off. Oh, and then we got a big collision with the stripes at center.
Everything is happening. I'm looking right now. Head coach Jimmy Quinlan, he's got the tablet out. He's looking whether or not to throw the challenge flag. We'll find out when we come back.
Saskatoon becomes Sask Vegas on Saturday, December 28th, when the Saskatchewan Rush welcome the Philadelphia Wings to Co-op Field. Get your tickets at saskrush.com. Be a part of the action on Saturday, December 28th. Well, Brock Haley was inches away from burying one on Warren Hill.
Yeah, Haley had the goal called off as he made contact with the crease. As we take a second look here, they looked at challenging it. Jimmy Quinlan, the co-head coach of the Rush, had the tablet device out. I could get a good look from our broadcast location, but you just see those bright green kicks touch the white line. Also, quick update too here, Robert Church has gone to the room, and the Rush's team doctor, who sits prominently behind their bench, is also MIA.
Back underway. Stotts with the ball. Under 10 to go in the third quarter. Knox with a big wind-up. Kicked aside by Frank Chiliano. Outlet now. It's Boudreau and Garland again. Garland's going to run. Boudreau sets the seal. Garland inside. Short side. Got denied by Warren Hill. And now the loose ball gets scooped up by Matt Hosick.
With Church in the room right now. Injured, lower body injury. Somebody's got to step it up, and maybe it's the Rush stepping down on the accelerator pedal. They're a young team, good in transition. Maybe it's more opportunities that way.
Anderson tries a quick stick inside. Up to no. Zach Mans doesn't have a single shot on goal in this contest here. Terefenko goes flying down the floor. Withers defended by Keenan. He'll snap it up top, and the forwards awaits. Hogarth finds Stotts on the roll. Stopped by Chiliano. Loose ball grabbed by Messenger. Messenger now, a little backhand shovel over to Isaac Enju, the pilot student out of British Columbia. Scored twice last year. Both of them came against Halifax. Now it's Zach Mans. 84 points last year, breakout season. Over to Shanks, trying to go far side, and Warren Hill denies him in a quick outlet pass, but it's just over the head of Colton Armstrong.
Now watch for more Shanks. Looks like more Triolo, more Haley. Can't go wrong with more Brock Haley. Last week's Rookie of the Week, having himself a solid game. Definitely best among the Saskatchewan forwards.
Ryan Keenan. Pick on set by Mans. Keenan's going to drive now. Trying to bounce it far side, and again, ball goes wide. Here's Shanks, little backhand dish, trying to go to the middle. Plays a little pinball. Keenan ends up with it in the corner. And then Triolo has Hosick all over him. Mans has it, but the shot clock's going to expire on the Rush.
Rush are taking a few more shots from outside, Cody, seemingly giving up on getting inside against that great Halifax defense. They've been so good tonight after a rough start against Calgary.
Knox defended by Hosick. Teammates on Panther City Lacrosse Club last year before the dispersal draft. Peterson denied by Chiliano, and then it's Barnable scoops up the loose ball, and it's up for Jake Boudreau. Boudreau wants to run with it. Had 9 goals last year. Wait for help, and it comes in the form of Levi Anderson, 12th overall pick back in 2023. Anderson drives on the roll, bouncer on net, and Hill drops down, and he catches it right in the left arm.
The Rush now have not scored since the minute 33 mark of the second quarter, Cody. The offense has completely disappeared for the home team.
Need a spark from somewhere, something, if you're this Rush squad. Stotts now peels back. Messenger got in the way. Loose ball's on the ground, and Enju easily takes it away from Bo Hunter. Flipped up for Matt Ancioni, the former Delaware captain on the NCAA circuit. He's really impressed over these first couple of games. Haley down for Shanks. Triolo to Keenan. Keenan now trying to cut through the middle. Stick got knocked out of his hands, and here goes Mitch Wilds, 2019 NLL champ in Calgary. Back for Thede, short side rip. This one's gonna be over and bounce as that hit nothing.
Saskatchewan a time to reset and maybe try to figure out Warren Hill, who's now up to 15 consecutive saves, Cody. Had to do some quick math, but he's having a game. The defense for Halifax having a game. Halifax is plainly having a game.
Levi Anderson down for Shanks. Flips to Anderson inside. Triolo got across for Brock Haley. Trying to go high 5-hole there. Don't mind the shot attempt, but they aren't beating Warren Hill low. That's been the issue. Calgary had some success over that left shoulder, and the Rush just haven't been shooting there.
And when they have, Hill's been able to come up with a couple 10-bell saves with his left arm.
Thede and Knox, a little 2-man game. Now Thede just given the inside link. Ball bounces wide. Hogarth has it. 7 on the shot clock. Stotts, short side. Good save by Frank Chiliano. Rebounds fair game. Boudreau and Enju as neither corral it. The Rush defense wanted a reset, but the shot was clearly in front of that. Here goes Stotts and Hogarth again. Robinson gonna rip it from the outside. Denied by Chiliano. Loose ball grabbed by Hosick.
And Chiliano's really settled in. After a bit of a rough start, he's having himself a solid game. I mean, you're not going to stop Feed when he's all alone right in front of your goal 3 different times, so we'll give him a pass on those.
Anderson finds Haley, back for Mans. Mans now back to Shanks, and Hill makes the save, but again, it's the predictability of the Rush offense where people knew that was coming. Here's Graham Hossack right down Main Street, denied by Chiliano, tried to jump on the ball, and Chiliano's down here. He kind of fell awkwardly on that hand. Looks like he's getting up on his own power. A little walk off. There's Warren Hill. He's only allowed 2 on 24 in Saskatoon.
The next NLL Friday night on TSN is set as the Ottawa Black Bears head to Toronto to face the Rock on December 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss the action on TSN and ESPN+.
6-2 Halifax, the lead here in Saskatchewan. Still no sign of Robert Church on the Saskatchewan bench as he went down earlier this quarter with a lower body injury.
Last time he missed a game was 2019. He doesn't miss action unless mandatory. Rush do have the rock though. 4:27 left to go, quarter number 3. Zach Mann, spin, swim. Now we'll kick it up top. Haley's got some room and he wires one wide. And then the loose ball bounces back past a couple of Rush forwards.
You know, the Rush offense has not looked sharp tonight, but let's give credit to their defense here. They've only held Halifax to 6. They're doing a better job. They're keeping this team in it. The offense has just got to get something to drop, or you need a big transition goal or something, or it just feels like Halifax could run away with this at any time, Cody.
Robinson, little spin back for Thied. Frank Chiliano looks all right. He just fell a little awkward there. Peterson, 9 points in their season opener against Calgary. Hard pick by Thied, and now he's got to put the ball down. Rush will run it in transition. Jay has Boudreau with him. Shanks is the high guy here, but Armstrong, a good change. And it's not just getting on the floor quick, it's going to the right areas where he takes a direct line at Shanks and he cuts off that opportunity. Here's Keenan though, down low for Triolo. Had a low fake, had Hill out of position, and the ball just comes out at the last second. Boudreau with it, down for Shanks. Now Shanks, little far shot there. Had some room. It's almost how he scored the OT winner in Albany, but this shot is off the mark, and we've said that one too many times. So let's go with that.
If you're sitting at home wearing green, it's actually now been up to 26 times, Cody.
On the roll, Stotts. That shot got deflected by Messenger. Kept his feet out of the crease there, and that's an impressive feat. And then Barnwell has it back for Haley, and Haley bobbles the pass. And again, sometimes it can be the rookie nerves, but the Rush just have not been sharp so far. Back the other way. Here's Thied looking for 4, and he's got it. Dawson Thied, first goal in the second half, and that's number 4.
And again, much like the other goals, Dawson Thied with his speed and his athleticism, and he just knows where to go. This is the 3rd time Thied has been in alone on Frank Chiliano, and he just beats him. You can't give Thied that time and space, and rightfully so. Chiliano looking at his defenders this time going, what the heck's going on here? That's 3 for Thied from that exact same spot. Chiliano's got him once or twice, and that's a testament to how many times Dawson Thied has been open on that near side board.
Best player in this game, and it isn't even
by
close.
miles.
Withers snaps up that face-off away from Jake Naso. The two of them have been a battle, and just a joy to watch also, right? I respect a good face-off battle. I ain't trying to get it out of the game anytime soon. Knox now, ball ends up on the turf. Here goes Mike Messenger. Messenger wants to run. And now a quick change again. It's Armstrong. Give him credit. Off the bench a couple of times. Quick. I know the Rush had their arms in the air thinking maybe it was early, but they slowed down a guy who had 12 goals last season. And there's Zach Mans. Oh, he let it fly from roster. Mans first shot on goal. First one goes.
Zach Mans, his first shot, first look, first opportunity, goes betwixt the pantaloons of Warren Hill to bring some life back to the SaskTel Center. We've been talking all game how the Rush need to start looking at shots outside. They've got the shooters to do it. That's exactly what Zach Mans does. Uses the double team as the screen. Bouncers will go. Bounces one between the legs, and Mans getting on the board, and hopefully, if you're a Saskatchewan fan, starting a run.
It's a little spark back in the building as well as Naso on top of the ball. He'll say he wasn't able to get up. The ref will say, hey, you're guarding it a little too much.
Just a battle. Love watching Naso.
But again, he wins the clamp, right? And I'd say, you know, about 80% of the time, the opponent isn't doing that against Withers. Little flip up top. Stotts' shot won't make its way on mark. Hogarth has it again. Back for Bo Hunter. Wild behind the back whip, and Frank Chiliano gets it in the scoop.
Almost worked out for him. Didn't really see that behind the back coming.
Levi Anderson up top now. What does the rookie have up his sleeve? Defended by Terefenko. St. Joe's Star will dump it up here. Now it's Keenan. Back for Haley. Haley now wants to drive inside, trying to flip it back for Triolo. And again, I get why that play is attractive. It just hasn't been working so far for Saskatchewan.
No, it's almost like Halifax just baiting them into it. Like, Haley can shoot. Like, step in and get it. You got a guy in front of you, but that's a natural screen. I know he might be open, but that's being taken away every time by Halifax.
Bo Hunter up top. They'll rip it down low. Hogarth was on a beeline for the net, and he bounces one into the netting above the glass, and they reset it and gave it to Halifax. Are they going to say that was a Chiliano save? Or who did that touch?
They're going to say that went off Chiliano from the looks of it. That looked to us from up on our broadcast location like it was clear out.
Peterson, one-on-one with Enju. He'll kick back. Hogarth is denied, then he got around Boudreau. Slow it down here. Shot clock got reset. There's about a 10-second differential. Shot clock and game clock here in house. Peterson one-on-one with Hosek. Peterson up top. Long shot by Robinson. That got soaked by Messenger. Bo Hunter has it. Trying to pass it down as Knox got thrown to the turf. Boudreau's going to wait this one out here. That gives Chiliano time to go to the bench. Well, he picks it up right at the end of it. Now Mans has to be careful. Just got away from Withers. That was a dangerous play. Keenan up top. Anderson stepped down and he rips one off the post. Now Mans turns around. And he tried to hit Shanks on the back door, but Levi Anderson inches away from his first in the National League, but it's been Halifax. They've punched first, they've punched often, and it's usually coming out of the stick of number 51, Dawson Thede. He's got 4, and that's what Halifax leads by as we head into the final frame.
A little bit of sibling rivalry happening here at Co-op Field tonight as defenseman for Sask Rush, Matt Hosek, is playing against older brother, Graham Hosek, who's playing for Halifax. And also maybe a little bit of a homecoming for Matt, who is back with the Rush after being with Panther City just last season.
Thanks, Sabine. Fun fact, Matt Hosek was once sitting in this chair, Cody Jansen, when I was the play-by-play voice of the Saskatchewan Rush. In his rookie season, he was a healthy scratch. I needed a color guy on the road in Georgia. He filled it admirably on that. He might have a future up here after he calls it quits.
The beautiful radio broadcast confines from Gas South Arenas. Naso snaps a face-off win to Boudreau, who just rips one off the mark. And now a penalty's coming here. Garland got that loose ball. He swims it back for Jared Smith. Rush now look to get some offense on the floor. Mans off the bench. He'll wait and get some help. Anderson slings it for Shanks. Former member of the Halifax Thunderbirds, was here in 2018 when they were the Rochester Nighthawks. Obviously didn't go their way, as all of Rush Nation will know and enjoy. The Rush will end up bouncing this one away, but they're going to the power play. It's their 5th man advantage of the game. 1 for 4 so far on the night, and that's exactly, they were 25% in Albany as well.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go to the man.
Halifax 34, minor penalty holding.
So no surprise, a hold there by Terefenko on that breakout play by Jake Boudreau. Again, all started by the faceoff win by Nassau, but this is one thing the league's really watching out for this year. Basically, if you put a hand on a guy and give him a little tug and he goes down, you're going to get called for it. And now Saskatchewan a chance on the power play.
Haley, little inside lane, and he scores again, but they've waved off 2 now, as his foot could have been in the crease. Hosick. He'll throw it back for Stotts here. The Rush coaching staff have the iPad, and they're taking a look at it. They've got 30 seconds to throw the challenge flag from when it got waved off. Seed has the ball. He's happy to kill the next 10 seconds of the shot clock.
Doesn't look like the Rush are going to challenge this one here, Cody, as the tablet is back in its holder.
Knox got a shot off right at the end. Reset came, and now Messenger has the loose ball.
Textbook there, forcing a loose ball there in the corner, Cody.
Hosick. Well, wait for Zach Mans. Remember, the Rush are doing this without Robert Church, their top power play man from the last 5 seasons. He had 17 power play goals last year. Not available anymore. Mans, fake step down. Haley got the shot on goal. Hill made the stop.
Haley
Church took a cross check from Jake Withers in that 3rd quarter and ended up stepping a little funny on his way down. Stotts has it. Rip back for Robinson. 2nd round pick, 28th overall in 2023. One-on-one with Jared Smith to the middle, and he scores. 2nd of the game for Mike Robinson.
Robinson, as you said, Cody, is 2nd. His first one short-handed, as things were starting to go Saskatchewan's way with a power play, but once again, Mike Robinson establishing the dominance of the Halifax Thunderbirds. He just beats his man, Jared Smith, goes low on Chiliano. Chiliano's been so good up high. Frank looks to the sky down in that hockey-style butterfly, couldn't get his toe out there, and again, the 5-goal spread has been restored here by the Halifax Thunderbirds.
Hey, all the Peterborough product does is score. He had 185 bingos at Delaware, program record, past Ty Kurtz, who's obviously having himself a successful back-to-back NLL campaigns there in Albany. Although, I don't know what happened with Dane Dobie in the 4th quarter, but something crazy happened, and the Roughnecks came back and beat the Firewolves tonight. We'll need the full story on that one after the game here, but the power play continues. It's Shanks, short side, rips it off the crossbar. Got it back again. Thought about shooting it. We're back to even strength. Mans has it, and he wants to restructure the offense. So it's 20 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Mans lets it go. It's off the hip of Warren Hill. Behind the net, Withers scoops it up.
Calgary's Dane Dobie, 8 goals in the 4th quarter of their game. Saskatchewan would love just for somebody to get a goal in the 4th quarter of this game. Somebody not wearing purple, of course.
Stotts down for Hogarth. Fine bow hunter, back to Hogarth. Knocked down to the ground by Accioni. Stotts, room to shoot, just whips that one wide, and then it's picked off by Boudreau. He'll flip it over to Jared Smith, and now Jared Smith has room. Here's the Winnipeg product, 2-on-0. Zach Mans cuts inside, and he scores. Man, the Rush needed that one from Zach Mans.
Oh my goodness, yes, Cody. Great awareness too by the Winnipeg Jet, Jared Smith, the Winnipeg product. We like to call him the Winnipeg Jet. He's flying down. You think Smith's gonna go, and he sees Zach Mans, one of the best goal scorers in the league, coming off the bench. Makes the wise decision, give it to the guy that knows how to bury, and he goes betwixt the legs of Warren Hill, and there is still a pulse in this Rush team. It took them an entire half to get to 2 goals. Do they have 3 in them?
Naso and Withers battling again. Naso's got the clamp one more time. Hosick scoops up the loose ball, and that's just Jake Naso out working Withers.
Oh.
Right? Again, you know, he gets the clamp, but then all of a sudden it becomes free, and it's a 50-50 loose ball. Who wants it more? Here's Zach Mans. Hot stick, though. He's got 2 in the 2nd half. Shanks inside. Keenan's all alone, and he's stopped by Hill. Trying to go high to that glove side again.
What a save by Warren Hill there to stand in there. Keenan was all by himself all sorts of time, and he comes up with a stop on a guy that had 90-plus points last year.
Dawson Thie runs around the restraining line. Clear lane to the net, and he's robbed by Chiliano. And I don't think Chiliano liked the lane he took inside there either, although he does fall on him and gives him a tap on the rear.
Well, I think that's because his pantaloons had fallen down, and it's a good thing he was wearing the longer underwear tonight, Cody.
Mans cross for Shanks. Shanks to the middle, trying to go low to high, but he put that one again right in the Thunderbirds logo. Peterson's out to grab the ball. Just over 10 minutes to go here in regulation. Halifax up by 4. Stotts. That ball got deflected. I think it went off of Jake Boudreau, went out of play.
Absolutely, Cody. That's why Halifax is going to get it down low.
Rush had 9 block shots against Albany in their opening contest. Peterson. Hard pick got set on Barnable. Peterson got it back though. Trying to throw it down low, picked off by Boudreau. Andrew got taken out hard. And now the Rush want to run it up. Zach Mance, seal wheel to the middle, and he scores! Top shelf for Grandma keeps the good stuff, and the Rush trail by 3.
We were questioning who would step up like Dane Doby just did in Calgary. Well, it's Zach Mann so far. The Rush is leading, one of their leading goal getters from last year has decided to come and show up here in this fourth quarter. 37 last year, 4 in the opener against Albany, and he's got back-to-back goals here for the Saskatchewan Rush. This is a guy held without a shot until late in the second half, and now he's got his club within 3.
9:47 left to go, quarter number 4. The Rush heavily outshot, but find themselves only down by 3. The game of lacrosse, that's very doable in 9 minutes and 35 seconds of ball. As you look at Naso and Withers, just an absolute pressure cooker right now. Who's going to get the clamp out of this one? Rep is saying play on here. Again, you can't touch them till it comes free. So you see all the battling on the outside. That's going to keep happening as Naso is going toe-to-toe with the best in the league, and he comes out of it.
And pops it up. The fans here love that. This is what will allow the Rush to spark a comeback. They couldn't buy one on the dot last year. Naso shows up as Mans goes off the post, Cody.
Mans just peels some paint off the pipe. He's feeling it. The Rush are rolling, but they find themselves down by 3. Don't go anywhere. We're back after the break in Toontown.
Zachary Mans is having himself a fourth quarter. Halifax had dominated the Rush all game long. Robert Church goes down. You're thinking maybe that's it for the Saskatchewan Rush tonight. Instead, it is Zach Mans coming up big. 1 goal in the third quarter. Back-to-back goals here in the fourth quarter. Of course, the centerpiece of the Mark Matthews trade that I know was all the talk here in Saskatchewan amongst the lacrosse community, but Mans, Jay, Anderson, give me that deal all day long, Cody.
Yeah, there's not too many people mad about that trade anymore. Here's Triolo, spin down, cut inside, trying to pull it back short side, and Hill denies him.
Hill stepped up with taking away the top of the net, especially compared to last week against Calgary.
Looked like Calgary was beating him up high from outside and maybe down low a little more inside. Hey, Hill's been phenomenal. I mean, Deed's been the best player in this game. Hill's got to be top 3. Here's Knox. Room to shoot. He'll walk himself in a little bit closer. Ball got popped free. Stotts has it. Stick got knocked out of his hands by Boudreau. Here go the Rush in transition. Mans is off the bench. It's a 3-on-2. Mans step down, try to pull it short side. He just ripped one off the post on that exact same look.
Grabs his own loose ball too, Cody. He's feeling it right now, and he has to be. Rush need a comeback here.
He was second on the team in loose balls last season with 73 at all forwards. Second in forwards, I should say. Here's Austin Shanks. Back for Keenan. across the floor. Haley, little spin back, has Knox caught on defense. Ball got blocked. Haley still has 7 seconds left though. Picked it up inside. Zach Mans all alone scores. Showtime. Number 2 is feeling it.
The natural hat trick in the fourth quarter to have his team rise from the ashes of defeat. Zach Mans coming up huge again, able to get alone in front. How about the loose ball scoop there and the find and the dish by Brock Haley? The rookie finds Mans all alone in front. He goes up top, goes bar down, as the kids would say, and the Rush are still in this. And a big reason they're still in this, Cody, they're not losing every extra possession. They're on a 3-goal run because of that man right there, Nasso.
Nasso swings another face-off win, and Boudreau slings this one over to Smith. Rush possession here, down by 2, 7:37 left to go. Levi Anderson over to Triolo in his second year in green. Down for Zach Mans. Finds Brock Haley. Haley loads, lets to shoot that one, blocked by Hosick. Hill has it, he'll lob this one up the floor. Rush gotta get back on defense. Grave Hosick wants to run, but now the assistant captain will pull it back. Second overall pick back in 2015. His brother was picked a year later. Hogarth on the back pedal, 10 on the shot clock. Stotts, so 1-on-1, trying to go far side. Ball goes wide. Robinson in tight, denied by Shiliano. Oh, that's a big stop by 92 in green.
Stop the Peterborough product on the doorstep. Keep this to a 2-goal game. Another big save by Shiliano.
Here's Ryan Keenan, hot off the bench. He'll want to drive inside. Lost the ball, though, as he's taken down and flattened. Rush got to get their defense out there as it's Jake Withers, the assistant captain. Finds Clark Peterson.
Keenan just 1 assist tonight, Cody.
Peterson waits for some help. Almost a fake pass, almost threw himself up. Got it down though, and Hosick, Matt Hosick down. He's like, I guess I should specify in this game. Hosick up the floor. Mans has it, trying to flip for Anderson. Hosick's gonna pick it up though in the corner. And the outlet for Boudreau. Has him on the Co-op Field logo. Mans now doesn't on the shot clock. Little step back and he scores. Man, this guy can't miss. Number 5 for Zach Mans.
It's like he heard you say Dawson Feed had been the best player on the floor, Cody Jansen, and went, all right, I hear your broadcaster curse, time for me to step up. Zach Mans is him this fourth quarter, finding the back of the net again. Warren Hill's had a great game, but Zach Mans has got him figured out here in the fourth quarter. The Rush, 4 goals in the fourth, 4 goals from the stick of Zach Mans, and for the first time since about a minute into this game, this place is electric, and the Rush are within 1.
6 to go in regulation. Withers now. Him and Naso battling at the dot. Loose ball's free, and it'll be Rush possession. Now again, we'll wait for stats, but is that a Withers win? Is that a Naso win? Again, I think you probably give it to Withers, but end of the day, Naso did his job, and the Rush got the dang rock. Here's Austin Shanks, though. He'll rip it down for Anderson. Little swim move. Anderson to the net, scores! Get up, Saskatchewan! Levi Anderson has his first in the National League.
Grab that ball and talk about a clutch goal. Levi Anderson in his NLL debut after he was predicted by Sunday Rookie of the Year. We've been talking Brock Haley all day. Anderson goes, it's my time to shine. Goes completely horizontal. Hill doesn't have a chance. Gets by Withers, who's enemy number 1 here in Saskatchewan tonight. And he's got his first of his career for the Calgary product. And this place is alive. Cody Jansen.
Naso, little face-off scrum, picked it up for a second, and Messenger now wheels past the loose ball, though. Halifax gets possession, and it's funny to say, but that's almost been a rare occurrence in this second half. Here's Randy Stotts. Obviously, the Thunderbirds are going to look to their veterans in this moment. Stotts and Hogarth, a two-man game. Ball zipped back. Here's Robinson, the youngster. Lets it go, and it just misses. Boy, he's got a laser beam. He's going to score 30 or 40 a season in this league one day. He is that good. Real deal rookie right there, wearing 20 in white.
You know it's a hard shot when Frank got about 97% of it. It still spun behind the net.
Peterson, 15 on the shot clock. Down for Thief. He'll try cut up top. Stotts wants to drive inside. Won't shoot it though. Usually he's got a pretty good corner to pick from that lane. Dunk attempt denied by Chiliano. And with 4:34 left, Rush Nation is alive. 8-8's the score. Chiliano's got the latest save. Levi Anderson has the latest goal. Down the stretch we go in Saskatchewan.
Time now for our assist of the game is brought to you by Eero, and it is Zach Mans picking up the assist, or Brock Haley picking up the assist of the game, finding Zach Mans down low, and it's that moment, Cody, that has completely changed this game. My goodness, I thought we were heading to one of those real sad post-game shows we do on the floor. Instead, this building is electric, and we are in a tight one here.
5 goals for the Saskatchewan Rush in this fourth quarter. 4 of them out of the stick of Zach Mans, Levi Anderson, as this bad boy knotted up at 8. Anderson with the rock now. He'll run it up top. Back for Brock Haley. Haley now one-on-one with Hosek. Trying to spin down low, cut up top here. Doesn't to shoot, doesn't want to force anything. Anderson to Mans. Mans now, swim move, got underneath Wild to the net. Mans inside, hauled down. Somehow, he had a backpack on him, and they'll throw it up the floor. Here's Graham Hosek, one-on-one with his brother, and it's Matt who gets the better of Graham. Now Chiliano's going to launch one down. Keenan has caught the Hail Mary. Decides not to shoot it, though. He'll have to work it out with his boots. Triolo comes in to try to open up some space. He'll send it over to Shanks. Long-time minor lacrosse partners in the Whitby Warriors program. Shanks now, a couple of pump fakes, and they're going to say Triolo pushes a little bit too hard there, and it'll be Halifax ball.
That's just being 6'8", Cody. I had to say it.
No argument. Knox will get the offense started. Peterson, a little bouncer for Stotts. 8-8 ball game. Boy, you're in for a thriller. Peterson, his shot. Stopped by Chiliano. Boudreau has the loose ball, and now he's going to have to run away from Peterson. Messenger's there to help. Only has 3 seconds, though, to get it across half. Messenger, they're not going to call that 8 seconds. That was awfully close. Shanks will let it fly. Hill makes the stop, and he'll have to corral it in his crease.
That one there, the Jumbotron had him at 8, just about 8. The in-home score clocks had it at 9. That was pretty casual there by Mike.
Robinson for Thief. Finds Stotts. Stotts now flip inside for Hogarth. Ball got knocked free by Accioni. It's the rookie playing big minutes late. Now it's Thief. Has some room. Let it fly. Boy, that was a missile. Stotts now lets one go, and Hosek used his elbow like he's wearing goalie gear. I'll tell you for free, he ain't.
No, that's going to sting. He's going to need nice back on that. How about Accioni, the game he's played? They put him on feed, and that stopped the bleeding.
Zach Mans to the middle, and Hill had no clue where it was, but it hit him.
Good positional save there by Warren Hill. He's been so good through about 3/4 of this thing. And even the goals that Mans has got him, Mans has just been that much better in this fourth quarter.
Clark Peterson, former resident of Saskatoon, as you put it. Peterson up top. Knox will keep it hot. Here's Thief, defended by Hosek. Stotts long shot, save made. Rebound for Knox, and he misses the mark. Boudreau has it. He'll flip it out for Hosek.
Great play by Jake Boudreau to scoop that. That was a dangerous looking opportunity on a dangerous loop ball. Frank was on his back.
Hosek outside for Shanks. Defended by Wilson. Shanks now trying to cut to the middle. Has a little bit of room, trying to throw a BTB. Had Haley there. There's 5 on the shot clock, though. Haley just picks it up at the end here. And he's not going to get a shot off. He's going to have to leave that one on the turf in the corner and get some fresh legs out on defense with 73 seconds left to go in regulation.
Haley almost looking like he thought there was a reset there. No urgency putting one towards the goal. Maybe just a little mental block by the rookie.
I don't think he had full control of the ball either. It looked like it bopped out for a second. Here's Steve, though. Finds Peterson. Stotts, little flip back. Hogarth was wide open, and now Shiliano's going to come out and try to get the loose ball. And they'll say Hogarth cut through the crease, and he passes Shiliano's glove back to him. Now if you're the Rush, I know you don't want to probably try a 2-for-1, as appealing as getting the ball back for last possession could be. But you got the rock, you got to value it. 20 on the shot clock. Zach Mans sitting on 5. Here's Austin Shanks playing his former team. Shanks backdoor, Mans quick stick. Ends up behind the net. Halifax has it. And as expected, they'll use their timeouts.
Wisely calls the timeout. Zach Mans with the Super Mario quick stick attempt. Comes up just short. And Cody, I thought, like, heading into this fourth quarter, I thought you and I were just playing out the string on this one. Instead, Zach Mans coming up with the second best fourth quarter performance of the night. And that's saying something, because Zach Mans has been him in this fourth quarter. Held without a shot until into the third quarter. Zach Mans now has 5 goals tonight, leading his team. Dawson Theed. It was the Dawson Theed show until Zach Mans showed up. 4 goals, 2 assists, Stotts a goal and 3 assists, and the goaltenders. It's an 8-8 game, but man, these guys have battled. They've been great. Both Hill and Shiliano. This is one for their personal highlight reels. Like, there was a stretch there that Shiliano kept the Rush in it. Warren Hill kept this Rush offense to 2 goals. He had a 30-minute shutout streak in this game. And then Zach Mans decided he probably heard the rumblings of the other big performance in the NLL tonight. Decided, it's my turn.
Well, Halifax sent 3 guys with a pair of game-winning goals last season. Clark Peterson, Randy Stotts, Dawson Theed. All 3 are on the floor. They'll go 6 on 5. The ball is back in their own zone. 24.1 seconds left. You can shut off the shot clock because that don't matter. Knox is out there as well with Robinson. Hogarth will play the righty crease side. They'll probably walk it down to about the 7 or 8 second mark. Obviously, you don't want to turn it over and give the Rush a chance at an empty net here, but you got possession, you got to value it. Robinson, cross for Stotts. Stotts now on his backhand, let the shot go. Shiliano makes the stop. Jay has it, 2 seconds left. Will get a shot in on the empty net, and he just misses. Oh, I think that might have been a heartbeat after, but Adam Jay was half a second and half a foot away from ending this thing instead.
My goodness.
Let's get some free lacrosse rocking in SaskTel Center.
Let's give some much love there. Matt Hosick on that possession. The fact that we are well into the fourth quarter and he still has that speed and physicality, Matt Hosick to me was a big part for Saskatchewan to get him back. He looks more and more like his older brother Graham every single game. Graham, one of the top defenders in this league. He's been absolutely outstanding. So here we go. Cody, free lacrosse.
Back-to-back overtime games for the Rush thanks to this guy, Zach Mans.
Zach Mans, he decided to show up in the second half of this game. A quiet first half, didn't even have a shot. Well, in the second half, he's got 5 goals, each one bringing it more alive. Levi Anderson says, let me get in on the fun as the Calgary product scores his first career NLL goal. And I don't want to rub any salt in the wound of any Toronto fans that may be watching this, but the pick that became Anderson, Zach Mans and Adam Jay, all balling out tonight, all part of that trade for Mark Matthews.
Rush 1-0 in overtime this year. Austin Shanks had the game winner week number 1 against Albany. The Rush were 0-2 in overtimes last season. Halifax on the flip side, 1-2 in overtime games last year. Cody Jamieson had their game winner. He is on the holdout list for personal reasons in this one. Hey, first possession's gonna be huge, right? And that's where this battle's been awesome. It comes down to this. It's Naso versus Withers. And generally, you'd say, all right, you can get 5 defenders out there. Naso has been battling in this box.
Even the ones he loses, it's up for debate. It's a scrap. It's a loose ball. Naso's beating him 12-8. I can't think the last time Jake Withers lost a face-off battle, Cody. It is just fantastic here for Jake Naso. And you could always chalk it up. Halifax's biggest strength with Jake Withers is, you know, after the other team scores, you can kill the momentum with a Withers pop and go. That's not happening tonight because of the rookie, who I would say, until Zach Mans went off, was the best rush player tonight. He's out there taking some shifts on defense. Withers led the NLL in face-off percentage last season, 74%, and set the single-season Lucy's record. And he's had every single battle against Jake Naso, and Naso's beaten him. And now comes down the biggest face-off of the game, Cody. Can Halifax get that signature extra possession? They do. Withers comes up big. The crafty vet saved it for overtime.
9th and final face-off win of this game, unless something crazy and weird happens. Dawson Thede has the rock and the chance to end the game. Thomas Hogarth is up top. Down for Stotts. Stotts across. Thede lets it go, and it's blocked by Messenger. Jake Boudreau's going to run up on it now. Took a bit of an awkward lane, but he'll sit on it, and this gives the offense a full 30-second shot clock, right? That's a guy in his 3rd NLL season saying, hey, I know how much a little extra time to set up the offense helps. You got Triolo, Haley, Shanks are the righties. Keenan and Mans are the lefties. Haley back for Mans. Mans spins and fires, and Hill got just enough of it.
Great save, Warren Hill. All sorts of screens there. The hottest hand in the building. Zach Mans firing. Hill, big stop.
Zach Mans spin back on Terefenko. It's Triolo. Triolo now. Wrong side of the road. Put it on goal. Hill makes the save. Trying to get shots on goal is Saskatchewan. It worked for him in the 4th quarter.
Didn't really like that shot selection, though. You had a full 30 to work with. I like Triolo shooting, just maybe not the shot selection.
Here's Clark Peterson, little BTB flip. Stotts and Hogarth are over there. Dawson Thede, 10 on the shot clock. Barnable will defend Peterson. Trying to keep him to the outside, throws a BTB, it just goes wide. Shot clock's gonna expire though.
That would have been the highlight overtime goal of highlight overtime goals. What a behind the back attempt, didn't miss by much. Chiliano wasn't ready for it.
Brock Haley finds Triolo. Back for Anderson. Anderson now trying to drive on Terefenko. He'll have to cut it back, but he runs to the middle. Anderson on the roll, bounces this one wide. He's gonna have to get back on defense, or Graham Hossick might have a chance in transition. Over and back, so it slows it down for Robinson. Clark Peterson. He'll hold it on the right side, defended by Boudreau. Across the floor to Knox. Hossick trying to step out on him. Across the floor to Peterson again. He'll one arm scoop this one back, and that'll be over and back on Halifax. Peterson, no goals in this contest, but 4 assists. Again, he had 9 points in the opener. He can dish them, he can shoot it. He can do a little bit of everything there for the Thunderbirds.
Well, you could almost say Thede having the night he has being open so often is partially from the rush focusing so much at CP24.
Shanks with it. 1 OT winner already. Finds Zach Mans. Mans wants to cut to the middle inside. Triolo missed the pass. Anderson has it. Now he's going to have to use his feet. Still 15 on the shot clock. No need to rush anything. Anderson trying to drive. He'll throw it all the way up top. Ryan Keenan, little step down. That goes off of Withers. And now the rush got to get back on defense here. In transition, Barnable's off the bench to watch Thede. Randy Stotts is the high man on the 3-on-2. Keenan will go for a change. Stotts now, room to shoot, stopped by Chiliano. Loose ball, grabbed by Jared Smith. Up for Barnable. Ryan Barnable now. Rush did have numbers, but he's going to wait this one out.
Smart decision. Halifax with a clean change. They had all the bodies back. Get the offensive experts out there. Not that Barnable can't score, but definitely not a great look and a great decision by Barnable to pull it up.
Haley and Shanks, a 2-man game. Shanks now wants to take circle drive. Feel a little fadeaway there. Thought about flipping it inside. They didn't did they reset that one there, and the Rush just didn't get it off in time. Now the shot clocks at both ends were saying something different. Here's Peterson, fires and just misses. It's gonna bounce up though. Messenger gonna grab the loose ball, has Zach Mans up the fourth. Messenger, little spin back, room to shoot. That got blocked. Loose ball still free. That got knocked back by the Halifax defender. Still free game. Garland's gonna battle and it's picked up by Graham Hosick.
Shot blocking clinic so far in this game, Cody. Guys have been all over it. 7 blocks for the Rush, 11 for the Thunderbirds.
Dawson Thiem. Offense is getting tired, as are the defenses though. Here's Knox. Little spin back. Kick back for Thiem. He's having himself a night here with 4. 6 points to go. On the ground, Jarrett Smith will roll. Smith trying to run away from Knox. Flip back for Garland.
You know the legs are tired when one of the fastest guys in the league, Jarrett Smith, has to move like that.
Anderson wants to push the pace. Bouncer on goal. Rebound scooped up by Hill.
Don't like that shot. You still had Holden Garland out there. One of your better defenders has to get back and presumably miss this shift.
Well, I like the second effort, though, by the kid as Levi Anderson has it. One-on-one with Withers. Now he's going to wheel it back. Has Boudreau out there. Hit Shanks inside, denied by Hill. Anderson still battling for that loose ball. Scooped it up, and he had a defender fall on his legs. Boudreau has it. Man up top is Hosick. Shot clock gets reset.
Anderson goes out and totally redeems himself after that shot.
The Rush played 7 minutes and change of overtime in Albany. Just trying to play the most minutes here through 2 games. Pass to Triolo, got through him. Brock Haley to the middle, trying to go far side this time. Kick saved by Hill. Keenan got the reset. The captain says, hey, slow it down. We're gonna use this offensive possession here. Extra frame on Co-op field. Austin Shanks finds Keenan. Ryan Keenan now, the captain. Bouncer misses the mark.
Had the open side, just spiked it a little too sharp. Bouncers will go, but it looks like Warren Hill is shaken up after reacting for that bouncer. You gotta hope this isn't serious, Cody. This is not what you want to see. I don't want to see Warren Hill come out of this game. He's been so good.
Well, the trainer will go and take a look at him here. 8:59 left to go in overtime. A little extra rest for the forwards and defenders as you get another look.
See there, he stretches out. I can tell you as a former hockey goalie, sometimes when you do that, you cramp up a bit. But of course, the league rules are, if you're not back up on your feet in a real short period of time, your backup's coming in. Hutchison, might be time to start getting your bucket on. They're giving him a quick moment here to have some water. I know you've been a goaltender, I've been a goaltender. Sometimes you stretch out that hamstring, it tightens up on you, especially when you've had a game like this. He's faced 48 shots. They're gonna let him go back in. He's under the time limit to make himself feel like he's healthy, but a fortunate cramp, if you will, right? You never want to see a guy get banged up, but it does allow his team to rest, and Halifax will take over in overtime deep in their own territory.
Thunderbirds possession, and they just got an extended rest as well. Did the forward group that's mostly been running 6 deep through this game here. Stotts and Hogarth, 2-man game. Pushed back by Barnable. Boudreau defend as well. Robinson for Stotts. Stotts, a couple of game winners last season for the Thunderbirds. Thede lets it fly. This one was deflected. Won't be over and back, but Robinson has it. Or they'll say it was deflected by the defender, not Chiliano. My bad.
Yeah, one of the Rush defenders soaked that one, which is good. Deflected it away from Chiliano again. You talked about it coming into this game. You're the one who sets the keys to the game in the bar, and you said blocking shots was one of them. They've done it.
Austin Shanks. Cross for Keenan. Keenan back for Shanks. Defenders all over Zach Mans here. But he got the pass out in front, trying to go behind the back. Triolo has it. One hand on his stick, though, flips around. Save made by Hill.
And what a save by Warren Hill, flashing that left arm. But we got a penalty coming up here, and it looks like it's going to be on Halifax. Rush ball with a power play in overtime. As we get a look here, Todd LeBranch is going to tell us who did the oopsie.
Halifax 55, minor penalty, slashing.
An ill-timed penalty by Mitch Wild of the Halifax Thunderbirds, getting a little too aggressive here as Mike Triolo and Zach Mans here. Triolo right there trying to get the shot on. Wild gives him an extra little chop at the end. He's down in the crease. It wasn't malicious, but it's worth a call.
Yeah, you don't really see those called in overtime too often. But the Rush are going to the power play here. Lefty strong look. Shanks has it. Mans is up top. Fires and scores. A sock trick. The Zach attack is back. And Saskatchewan is 2-0.
Zach Mans took over this game. Cody Jansen. A sock trick in the second half after being utterly silent in the first, and this crowd, nobody's left, they're on their feet, and from the lefty strong look, the Rush pull it out in overtime.
Let the socks fly.
We've got some on the
Zach Mans on a mission, unstoppable in the second half.
10 on the season, 6 of this game, and who else but Zach Mans finishes this tonight? On the power play from outside. We've been saying it all game, why don't they shoot from outside? And Zach Mans just goes, yeah, I knew it. Goes over the left shoulder of Warren Hill, who played an incredible game. The Rush are 2-0. Their socks on the turf. I'd throw mine down, but I've been in them since 8 this morning, and nobody needs that. Cody Jansen.
He's a step away from Langham when he shoots that. He grabbed it at the restraining line, one hop down, and he just absolutely rips that one home. You can hear the twine from up here. It's the best sound in lacrosse. And you can just hear that mesh.
I know I said that the Rush needed to scrap. Something needed to happen when Robert Church went down. They needed to respond in some big way. Instead of doing it with the fists, they do it by just scoring and turning it over to Zach Mans. Turns this game around. I thought to myself, coming into the fourth quarter, Cody, I'm the eternal optimist. I was not feeling good.
So is the spark in this one just Zach Mans, or was there another play? Like, I think of a couple of big Chiliano saves in quarter number 3. Listen, the Rush held Halifax, that good offense, to 2 goals in the second half. Chiliano was phenomenal.
Chiliano in the D, but you know who was the spark? Jake Naso. He 100% was the spark. Halifax is so used to letting the other team score. Withers comes in, you're not going on a run. Lacrosse is a game of runs. Withers is normally the biggest proponent of the long runs. Naso made it so it wasn't going to happen. That kid battled on the dot, outdueled Jake Withers, and he is the unsung hero, if you will.
Well, how you feeling, Rush Nation? This place. Hey, if you want to see a winning team, again, December 28th, Sask Vegas night, Phillies here. But man of the hour, well, Sabine standing by. He had a sock trick tonight. Yeah, that's Zach Mans with our own Sabine Mott.
All right, Zach, incredible game tonight. What changed for you in the second half to get 6 goals in that second half?
You know, we believe in this group. We believe that if we put together a full 60, may not have been best in the second half, but that's why we worked. That's why we worked during the week. We had the legs to play for 60, came out on top.
Can I just ask you, we saw Rob Church go down in the second half. What shifted in the energy for you guys as a team?
Churchy's our best player on our team. He's pretty much everything on our offense, and he takes a lot of shots and a lot of good shots, so I knew in the second half that there was going to be some shots available, and I just got to my spots and let it rip.
Awesome, thanks, congratulations. Cody?
Oh, Sabine, that was a fun one. I'm sure it was down between the benches as well. Zach Mans, 10 goals, leads the NLL, yet 6 tonight. I mean, he was basically taking on everyone here. And yet, everyone's going to want to talk to the man of the hour. Maybe it didn't start their way. Halifax threw the first punch, and they kind of threw them for the opening 30 minutes. Dawson Theed, phenomenal. He had 4 goals, 2 assists, but end of the day, it was the Zach Mann show. Took over Co-op Field, 6 goals, 2 assists, the OT winner. Rush are 2-0, and we'll play in Rochester next week.